In this video, we're going to learn about how to use Prompt Builder and then help sales guys to create a personalized email to the customer. Yeah. So let's start with a business use case and then see how we can use Prompt Builder and then help sales users. Yeah. Imagine that you are a sales manager and you work for Green Energy in corporation, right? And there is a marketing event happened and which is for promoting new products, especially solar products that your company is launching, right? So during the marketing promotional event, certainly, right, you will get to see many people, right? Your existing customers, new prospects, leads, etc. Correct? Yeah. So you have met some new prospects or as well some existing customers, and then there are certain existing customers that showed interest in discussing further, okay, about the products and how much discount you can offer and the benefits of using such products, etc., etc. Okay, so you wanted to take this to the next level. Okay, you met new prospects, you met existing customers, you want to take this to the next level, right? So what typically as a sales guy, one would do, you will send an email, follow-up email, isn't it? Yeah, very, very personalized, citing that you were stating that you were happy, and meeting them during the event, and then you wanted to further, discuss either in person or through, through a call about the further steps, isn't it? Yeah, you wanted to send email to each and every prospect that you have met, okay, that showed interest, and every customer that you have met, correct? So how do we do that? Certainly business, sales guys can do it everything, on their own, correct? But how can I bring in AI and then assist sales users to increase their efficiency and productivity is what we are going to do that. Okay, so we will first learn. Okay, we will first learn how to use prompt builder. We'll create a reusable prompt. Okay, that can be used by any sales manager for that matter. Not just applicable for one scenario. Can be used across any across any for any marketing events. Yeah, and we will talk about the the prompt type. Okay, there are different types of prompts that we can create in Salesforce. Okay, the one that we're going to focus now on sales email. Okay, so we'll just see how we can able to enable that and then start using it. Okay, and then we will see how we can able to open up the prompt for sales users to start using it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna learn, and yes, this is the expected output. The moment everything is done, okay, when the sales guy wants to use the email functionality and then start drafting an email, the sales users will see an option called draft an email with Einstein. Not only that, there will be an option to choose the prompts. There are standard prompts available that sales guys can use it out of the box. Okay, and as an administrator or a developer, right, or a consultant, you and I can also create prompts. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a custom prompt. Okay, and then make it available for sales users to use it. Okay, so first things first, let's go right into the org. Okay, um so a sales email, a sales email prompt will not be enabled by default, will not be available by default for us to configure. Okay, so for example, I go to one of the contacts, Barbara, right? And I go to, yes, I use this email feature. Okay, and if you look at it, there is no option to draft an email with Einstein, right? It is by default not available. Okay, the first thing what I need to do is I need to enable this functionality for the users to start using it. Okay, how do I do that? Very simple. All we have to do is go back to the setup. Okay, look for Einstein for sales. Okay, you will just see some existing prompt templates. We will discuss that later. Okay, Einstein for sales, search for it. Yeah, so we search for it, and then you will see an option to enable sales emails. So let's first enable the sales emails. Okay, yeah. So it will take some time for Salesforce to set things up. Okay, yeah. And How do I know whether sales emails functionality, right? Instant sales email functionality is enabled or not, correct? So what you have to do is you just have to, let me duplicate. You just have to go to prompt builder, okay, which also you can find it in the setup, prompt builder. And you can just see this, right? Earlier, in just a moments ago, we did see lead summary, deal summary, etc. But now you are seeing few email few email types, template types that say sales email. So once you see this in the prompt builder, okay, then it indicates that you have enabled, Einstein A functionality, the sales email functionality. Okay, yeah, that's the first thing. Okay, so once it is done, so let's go back and then cross check again. Let's go back to the org, let's book at the contact and see whether the option is available or not. I'll click on this. Yes, I can just see draft with the instant option, isn't it? Yeah. So, so this is the first thing. Okay, and you can also control who can, which sales user can use this functionality. Okay, so this is driven through permission sets. Okay, so you can just see this, right? Yeah, who can see sales emails? What you can do is you can create a permission set, or you can use existing permission set and then assign to the user, sales user, that can use, AI for generating for generating emails. Okay, because in a lot of projects, what we typically do is, right, we don't just open up any new features, right? We will pick up pilot users and then enable that functionality, make them use it, get the feedback, and then refine it. Correct. So in such cases, this come really handy. Okay, so I can go to assign permission set. There is a specific permission set that will enable you to provide access to the user, to this user. Okay, it's called Einstein sales email. Let's first look for that. Yes, you can just see this, right? Einstein sales email. So you can clone and then, tweak it as you need, and or you can just, select this particular particular permission set and then assign it to, the users. Okay. So either ways, it just works for you. Yeah. So this is the permission that drives who can use sales emails. You can use AI for generating sales emails. Okay. Yeah. So with that, let's come back to the contact. Okay, so now when I click on draft with Einstein, let's see what happens. Okay, so I get this nice dialogue, nice, pop-up where I can just, have my instructions. I can give my instruction. I can just simply say create an outreach email. Okay, to the customer, to the customer. And I'm going to say that I met this customer in the last promotional event. Okay, so I was not very precise or clear about my instructions or the prompt instruction, but let's see what happens. Okay, when I hit draft email, Salesforce will try to generate, an email for me. Let's wait for that to happen. Okay, now you can just see this, right? The email content is ready. So you can just see it did use Barbara because I'm launching this, email functionality right in the contact, right in the contact screen. So Einstein knows that this is by Barbara, number one. Number two, it did also pick up some additional information about my username. Okay, in this org, my username is org form. Okay, so that's why it says best regards org form, and it just picked up my company name as well. Okay, yeah. So I can tweak this. I can change this. I can just say best regards, Jesh, and then move forward. I can do that. Yeah. But if you look at this, right, it is very generic, isn't it? Yeah, very generic. So and this is what we wanted to fine tune. Okay, because when you want to send a personalized email, right, I did want to indicate that, hey, this is the promotion, this was the promotional event where we did meet. okay, where we talked about the solar products. I wanted to also give a list of top three solar products that user can that he can that the customer can relate to, and also I wanted to persuade user, right, with some launch offers, etc., and then ask for an in-person meeting or over a call I wanted to discuss, right? I wanted to be very, very specific, correct? So I need to help Einstein AI again, okay, to give uh, to give clear. I need to help Einstein AI with clear instructions so that I get the right email created by AI. Yeah, so it has a lot of power AI, but we need to be very, very very, very detailed in terms of giving instructions. Okay, so the thing is, right, I can let sales guys to do that. Okay, instead, right, how about as an administrator or developer? Okay, I create the prompt templates, a templated prompt which they can leverage. Okay, so I take the pain of creating or giving a very detailed instruction what needs to be done, etc. Okay, so from sales users, end user, it is all about it is all about it's all about giving an option to choose the prompt name. That's it. Okay, prompt name. That's it. So what you see right here are standard prompts. Okay, that Salesforce has already built in, which we can leverage as well. But in this case, I wanted to include some additional information about the campaign, about the products, etc. Correct? Yeah. So I'm gonna create another prompt, a reusable prompt for the sales user, so that sales user, right, do not have to give a lot of instructions to sales to the instructions to AI, right? Instead, we will do it, let them use it. Okay, yeah. So how do we do that? That's the next step, right? So before we jump in, right, this is something that you can follow. Okay, whenever you provide prompts, right, whenever you create prompts, reusable prompts for your user, okay, so just give the context, just give the role. Okay, you can just say that you are my marketer, you are my assistant in generating email, right? Such things you can just define the role for AI, or you can just say that, hey, I'm a sales guy. Okay, I wanted to send an email. I'm a sales guy. I wanted to, I wanted to draft a follow-up email, to my customer about contract renewal, etc. So give a role and then set the user context. So try to be, as detailed as possible. Okay, yeah, and you have to be very clear about the task, sending email or updating some record, checking on from details. You have to be very specific about the task to the AI. Okay, and you can just simply use your natural language. You don't have to be that's why this tool can be used by anybody, developer, administrator, consultant, anybody can build this prompt and then make it available for users to use it. Okay, and then you have an option to test and refine, okay, in Salesforce. So you have option to use the LLM models, okay, different LLM models, which we will see it very shortly. Okay, Salesforce has tie up with multiple players in the market, Microsoft, OpenAI, etc. So you can test and then try multiple models output, and then whichever you feel is appropriate and whichever you feel that it is accurate, right, most accurate, then you can just have that finalized and then open up for the team to use it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do it. Okay, so I'll switch to a different org where I have the data, everything is set up. Okay, yeah, then we can just continue from there. So I'll go to the another org. Okay, so this is the org. Okay, so all I have to do is I just go to the setup and then look for prompt builder. This is where you are, right? So let's create a new prompt template. Yeah, let's click on new prompt template, and I have different prompt types. Yeah, different prompt types. The one that I'm going to use is sales email. Okay, yeah. So remember the two steps: turn on sales email and then ensure that permission set is added. Okay, enable sales email is added to your to your user record, so that you will just start seeing the sales email. Otherwise, you will not see this option, sales email. Okay, I'm gonna give a name to my prompt template. So this is campaign follow up. Yeah, campaign follow up email. Campaign, and also be very specific. Campaign product promotion campaign. Yeah, that's what it is, right? Product promotion campaign follow up email. Yeah, name I wanted to give. Okay, I can give description, etc. Yeah, and of course I wanted to send this email to either lead or account, right? So we cannot just pick both lead and contact at this point in time. I can go with only one recipient. It could be either lead or contact. Okay, yeah. So probably, right, Salesforce might change this later, but for now it's going to be only one object that you can pick. Okay, then related object, it is optional. Okay, you can just skip, but in this case, right, it makes relevant. Okay, because we wanted to pick some details from the campaign, because in the email I wanted to you know uh, tell my customer that, hey, we did meet on this particular event, correct? Yeah, I want to refer that campaign name, isn't it? So if I have access to the campaign object, I can just simply get the campaign name, other details, when it happened, all such things, right? So I'm just going to have the related object mapped as campaign. Okay, again, this is completely optional. Okay, you can just skip this related object and then move forward. Okay, in this case it makes relevant, so I'm just going to choose campaign. Okay, let's click on next. It takes me to the place where I can just start building my prompt. Okay, yeah, so let it load. Yes. So what you see here is where we spend time. Okay. Where we craft, the prompt instructions. Okay. And once we are done, we can save this. It will create a version. Okay. Uh, so by default, Salesforce provides you, versioning for prompts that we create maximum. Uh, we'll just quickly take a look at it. Okay, yeah. But before we do that, there is an option to choose different models. As I said earlier, right? Salesforce has tie up with multiple players in the market. So you can just see Microsoft, Anthropic. We have OpenAI, so we can able to play around with any models. Okay, and then see the response before we finalize and activate the prompt. Okay, yeah. So it is also possible for us to come up with our own custom LLM, but in this case standard LLMs are more than enough for us. Okay, so I'm going to give a simple instruction. I'm going to say that, hey, I am a sales manager. Okay, sales manager, and I would like to send a follow up email to my customer. Okay, to my customer, regard my customer, and persuade, to, or rather I'll just say email to customer, we met in the promotional, in the campaign, the marketing campaign, in a marketing campaign. Yeah, marketing campaign named, let's say solar products launch. Okay, of course I did say solar product launch. Let's see what response that we're gonna get. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna click on save. Okay, so now I had given my instructions, isn't it? The template has been saved. It is not yet activated. Okay, it's not yet activated. Okay, as I said, this is version 1. Okay, so once you activate, okay, just like Salesforce Flow, right, it has inbuilt versioning. So once you activate, if you want to make further enhancements, right, you can just create a new version and then make some tweaks. So as we speak, there is up to 50 versions possible for a single prompt. Okay, yeah. And now I want to test this and then see what would be the output that the user will get when the user is using this particular prompt, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna choose a model. I'm gonna choose OpenAI GPT-4 and then run a check. Okay. So this is the place where we can test and then revise our prompts. Okay. I'm gonna choose a prompt. I'm gonna choose a contact. Okay. Let's say Lauren Bailey. Yeah. And uh, remember, when we started configuring the prompt, we gave this related object as campaign, and I can choose the campaign as well. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna choose a campaign that happened, solar products launch promotion event. Okay, now I'm gonna save and preview. Okay, so now what happens is this is the prompt that is going to be fed to the model GPT-4. Okay, OpenAI GPT-4, and I'm going to get the response. So Salesforce is going to do that for me. Let's wait for the response to appear. Okay, perfect. So now this is the prompt that I had given, right? And now you can just say this is the output that user will see. Okay, it says I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing this on follow up, etc., etc. Yeah. So this is how simple you can able to create a prompt. But is that it? Yeah. But this is not not the expected output that we wanted to achieve, right? We wanted to have more details included in the email, isn't it? Yeah. So how do I do that? Because I wanted to refer the campaign name. I don't want to hard code this because this is a reusable prompt. So tomorrow, if I wanted to take and help, I want to run this prompt against a different campaign, correct? Yeah, it should work. It should work, isn't it? So how do I make my instructions right more powerful? Okay, more powerful. So this is where our art of prompt engineering come into the play. Again, it's plain English, simple English, but the way how you organize your prompt, the way how how much detail that you are right in your prompt instructions. Okay, the AI will give you okay more and more precise and accurate output. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna tweak this with few additional details. Okay, yeah. So when I give an instruction, right, I wanted to this is something called ground data grounding. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to have my name included. Okay, when introduced, right, I wanted my name to be included. Okay, so my name. Okay, and then I want the recipient name. Okay, recipient name. So based on the contact, okay, for which the sales user is going to send this personalized email, I want my prompt to automatically pick up that contact's email. Okay, recipient name and email. Okay, then I also wanted to pick up the I wanted to give the campaign name, right? Yeah, I want to refer the campaign name as well. Good. So what else is needed? So let's see how we can able to first do this. Okay, so this is where we learn data grounding. Okay, so instead of this, okay, I am going to change the prompt a bit. So this is my new prompt. Okay, I'm just going to set the role to the AI now. So I'm just going to say, hey, you are a sales executive or a manager. Okay, and you are going to send an email and get me the response, right? So you're a sales executive and your name is correct. Basically, I wanted to have my name, my name my name added here. So how do we do that? So this is where again data grounding is going to help me, and through this option of resource. Okay, this is more like how we add resources, right, when we build flows, correct? So we have option to include data, refer the data, okay, back in your prompt. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that um, so you are a sales executive and you are part of this and your name is sender. Okay, and we can just simply get the name, full name. Yeah, and I'll just replace this. Okay, from an organization, I wanted to have my company name is also included. Okay, so if you can search for the organization and the name, you will get it. Yeah, name. Perfect, right? And your customer is basically I want to send an email to my customer, and I wanted to have my customer name, added. So how do I refer that customer name dynamically, right? So if I go here, yeah, the recipient is my contact, correct? To whom I wanted I wanted to send an email. So I'll click on recipient. I'm just going to name my customer. Okay, I'm just giving instructions to my AI so that it can use the relevant information and accordingly, right, build this nice email for me. So this customer has a role or a title, correct? So which I can pick up again from the contact record, which I can refer fry, which I can just use recipient and then I'm sorry, I think I have to do it again. So it's going to be the recipient. Recipient will certainly have salutation or title, right? Or salutation title. So let's look for that. So it's a field in the contact object, correct? And that the customer, right, belongs to to an account or a company, correct? So let's do that. From an account, I'll just say called again I'm going to use this recipient and then we can just simply look for account name. Is there an account name? So let's look for account name. So we have this, from contact, I can go to this account, and from account, I can just bring all the data from account object. So this is the account name. That's it. So this is the data grounding that we just did. Okay, instead of hard coding your prompt with with some data, right? You can make your prompt dynamic. Okay, yeah. The grounding happens, right, just by using the right resources, picked from the option, right? Let's see what happens when I click on save and then rerun this. Okay, good, this is fine. Let me go and then ask ChatGPT 4, sorry, OpenAI GPT 4 the response. Okay, so now let's see what happens right here in the resolution. Okay, this is the prompt that is going to be used. Okay, and Salesforce is going to replace the actual value right here. You can just see this, right? Yeah. So in place of sender name, it just picked up my name, and it also picked up the organization name. It also picked up the recipient's title. So in case of Lauren Bailey, right? SVP technology and Lauren Bailey from Omega. So this is the actual prompt that was fed to GPT-4, and now you can see this. Yeah, see this. So now there is a reference to my name, there is a reference to my title, there is a reference to my customer, reference to customer's title, etc. All such things are shaping up good, correct? Yeah. So this is how you can able to further build your prompt. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to further fine tune this because I wanted to refer the campaign name as well. Okay, campaign name as well, and then list the three products, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my AI that, hey, you need to strictly follow the instructions. Okay, and generate email. Okay, so the instructions, okay, are right here. I will just code the instructions right here. Okay, yeah, for AI to easily pick up the instructions. Okay, I'm gonna say that do not start the email with uh, you know with uh, with statements like I hope. I don't want this to I don't want this to be this to be the greetings, right? Yeah, I want AI to try something else. Okay, so I can give suggestions to AI. You can include this, you can exclude this. Okay, so this way my instructions are going to be duly followed by the AI, and then it's going to give me the output, so I can start giving more and more instructions now. Okay, yeah, let's try that. All right, I got my, prompt ready. Yeah, we started with this, right? The first instruction saying that do not start with a greeting, something like this, right? So now I'm gonna add more data grounding because we wanted to refer the campaign, where we met the customer, right? So I'm just going to say that he used this campaign. Okay, so how did this come in? Input campaign.name, very simple. So I want AI to refer that campaign, isn't it? So in the resources, okay, so we have the related object, yeah, which we configured at the start of our prompt builder, right? So I'm just going to say go to this campaign, get the campaign name. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm just telling my AI that he use this campaign name as reference and then start the conversation. Okay. And once you establish the rapport, yeah, introduce again. Yeah, introduce the company name, etc. Okay. Yeah, to the recipient and use a compelling language, and then make sure that you help customers understand the functionalities benefits of the products. Okay. I just wanted to also call out the top three products. Okay, top three products that customer would be interested to buy. So all such things I just wanted to include. Okay, so um so if you can just see this, right, I'm just telling my AI that he used the campaign description to understand what products family were promoted during the event. This is the instruction that I am giving. Okay, I'm not going to tell it's a solar product or it's a different product family. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to simply say go to the description of the campaign and then read yourself what was the product family what was the product family promoted. Okay, so if you go to the campaign, right? Yeah, if you go to the campaign, I go to this campaign solar products, promotional event, and you can just see there is a reference to solar products, in this one. Okay, so this is the queue. This is the one that AI is going to pick up. Einstein AI is going to pick up, and then it's going to generate, output for me. Let's see, what would be the output if we go with this. Yeah. So I wanted to list all the three products in a bullet list. That's it. Now it can generate an email. So let's click on save, and now let's click on preview. Okay, let's see what happens now. Perfect. I think now the output is little more, little more refined, correct? So you can just see this, right? Yeah, the resolution, whatever happened, correct? Everything is right here, and wherever we use this is a resource, right? Automatically it is replaced with a value that picked up from the data, correct? And this is how it is now. You can just see this, right? The three products are listed, and there is a reference to the to the campaign, correct? To the solar products, launch promotional event, all such things did happen automatically, correct? And this is the output that user is likely going to get. Yeah, so I can just play around with other models and then see whether the output is more accurate and precise, and then I can finalize. Finally, once I finalize that, I can just hit activate. That's it. Okay. Yeah, now it's trying to activate, which means it is ready for sales guys to start using it. And how does a salesperson use this prompt? Correct. So let's try that. Let's go back to this contact. Okay. Yeah, and let's try this send email option. Okay, and I can just draft with Einstein. Okay, so let's click and then wait. Yes, you can just enter the instruction, but in this case I'm going to let my sales users to start using the prompt that we have already built it, right? So you can just click on the pre-made instructions, and under custom you will just start seeing the prompt name. So this is the prompt that we just created, right? Yeah. So when I click, okay, it's asking me to to refer the campaign. And remember then when the prompt was created, right? Yeah, I just selected campaign as the related record. Okay, which means I can reuse this prompt. Okay, and then I can have this prompt run against any campaigns for that matter. Okay, so tomorrow there could be a campaign, promotional campaign for a different product family. Okay, I can just use the same prompt. Yeah. So in this case, I'll just let users to choose just the campaign name. That's it. And let AI create the email for sales users. Okay, let's wait for this to happen. Perfect. Now we got the output, right? So the output is precise, correct? So it didn't start with I hope, I hope this email finds you well, right? It just started with a different, greeting, correct? Yeah. But and it did refer the campaign. It did refer the top three products, correct? I did not do anything. It was done automatically, by Salesforce itself, correct? So that's how powerful it is. Okay, we can further fine tune this. That's not a problem, but you can just see the amount of time that we can potentially save for the sales users, right? Sales users at any point in time can can go ahead and then have the information updated. Yeah, updated, and then can start using it. That's it. Okay, now it is okay to send an email. Click on send. It just hits the customer's inbox. Correct. I can try the same for other campaign members as well. So Jeff Blay, right? So I can do the same thing. Because it's a reusable prompt. I can go to this email option in the contact, and then I can just simply select the prompt, and I can let AI, I'll just choose the prompt. I can let AI, so it's the same campaign. I'll let Salesforce AI to draft the email for me. But in this case, right, it's going to be a different contact. Let's see whether the reusable prompt works fine. Perfect. Now I think I got the output. So now it says, dear Jeff, and it was pleasure meeting you, etc., etc. I can just, start using it right away. So this is how powerful, Salesforce prompt builder is. Okay. So what did we do? So we did learn about, how to use prompt builder and then create reusable prompts, right? So the sales email prompt type will not be enabled by default. So we have to turn on Instant for Sales, and then we have to have the permission set added. So after that you will just start seeing the prompt template, correct? And then you can just create a prompt or prompt template of type sales email, and then provide instructions. And that's where we spend most of our time, right? We have to set the context, we have to set the role, we have to be as clear as possible. We can provide examples in the instructions, and finally, once everything is fine, test and then revise. Yeah, activate the prompt for users to start using it, right? So this is what we did learn, and I hope this was helpful. We can just do another scenario with more with a different business use case in the subsequent videos.